Welcome to another episode of Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, the titular Victor.
What's up, man?
Non-titular Mike isn't here, so subbing in for him, we have Rob. Yeah, what's up, Rob?
Yeah, man.
Today, we are looking at another listener / viewer requested band. This one is Rexoria. I believe I'm saying that right. And their newest album, I think it dropped in February, Imperial Dawn. All right, but before we get into the breakdown, how you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing good, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a little rainy out there, a little windy. It's nice.
Nice,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got the
Cool.
car washed. Not nice.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
that's why it rained. That's the Phoenix rain dance,
That's
bro.
right, man. Hey.
Yeah. Yep. I was wondering who got their car washed. It was you,
dude,
man.
it was us, man.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Doing all right.
Okay.
Got this shirt at Target.
Nice.
$3, bro.
Nice.
Clearance, yeah. Do you know how rare it is to find a double XL at Target on clearance?
No idea.
I mean, it's not my favorite shirt, but it was $3. So yeah. Oh, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice shirt, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So I did get something on my shirt before. That's why I had to get this one. I made the mistake of like eating.
Eating. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Same here.
Yeah.
I always get it on my shirt. Was it a
Oh,
white
man.
shirt?
No, man, it was a blue shirt, but it's light enough that you could
was
still
obvious.
like see it. Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
At least you noticed. I never
Right.
noticed.
I don't even know. I think it was by accident. I wasn't checking. I just looked down. I'm like,
Nice, dude.
yeah.
Heck
So I was
yeah.
prepared to put out some shillings for a new shirt. Didn't have to, bro.
Nice.
Rob knows what I'm talking about. You're crazy, Rob.
Crazy Rob.
All right. So let's get into the breakdown of Amy Schumer's Hotter Sisters band, Rexoria, and their newest album, Imperial Dawn.
Ooh.
I don't know. Do you want to lead, Victor? Or you want me to lead?
You go ahead,
All right.
bro.
Rob, you cool with it? You're crazy, Rob.
Crazy, dude.
All right. Get this a little closer in front of me here.
All right, man. You get that close.
Thanks, man. I did. So the album starts out with I feel like I'm not like facing you. I don't know. I think I moved this stand without realizing it. And
Oh.
everything's just off now. You know.
Oh. Jeez.
But the album starts out with Paradigm.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a cool groove.
Okay.
It's got points for having a guitar solo in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, even the first song, it felt formulaic. You know what I mean?
Wait. What do you mean?
Like it didn't have a certain something in there for me.
It felt to me like, I think what you're trying to say is like when you watch the movie and it's like you can tell that they're acting.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw it was a kid and you could tell like he was remembering his lines.
Oh yeah.
This is what that felt like to me. Like the solos and stuff.
Right.
It didn't flow
Yes.
like things do, you know?
Right.
It just was like, now I'm gonna play these riffs and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna play these riffs and then
like it was memorized
Yeah,
instead
dude.
of like felt or whatever as
Yeah.
it was played.
yeah.
That was kind of like a hippie, like pretentious way to say it to me, but that is how I feel about it.
It's
about
metal,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
It's gonna hey man. We were metal fans.
That's
we
true.
are pretentious.
That's true. That is
It's
true.
It's part of the
That's
you know?
very true.
Yeah.
So then going on to the new Revelation. I'm sorry, Revelation. Can't read my own writing.
Oh snap, dude.
This is a little better.
Okay.
Like this, it had the soaring choruses, another guitar solo. I like the guitar solo a little better.
Uh-huh.
Still had that
Formulaic vibe.
It did. And when I say, I guess, so the two are different. Formulaic in that I knew exactly which part, like when it was going to verse, bridge, or chorus, yada yada, bridge, break, whatever. Actually, I don't think any of these had breakdowns, but or at least not like metalcore, hardcore breakdowns.
Nah.
But it was predictable, I guess. I didn't want to use that word. But as far as the song flow was, yeah, very formulaic.
Yeah.
Didn't get a lot different with the next one, Devious Desire. This one had a guitar solo that I thought was really interesting. But I couldn't help but feel that the rest of the song was written to justify the guitar solo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't surprise me if they had the guitar solo and they're like, we got to put this somewhere. Let's just write a song around it.
Yeah, dude.
Now it did switch up a little bit on track 4, Rage and Madness.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What's the Devious Desire? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Oh, what is the desire?
Yeah, like what is she singing about, dude?
I think you know, man. I think you know. Tide Pods. Yeah. Yeah.
I knew it.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Swedes. I think it's Swede or Swiss. I don't know. They're over there somewhere, man.
Yeah, dude. That line, "Oh, wake me up. Hey, hey, bro."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a Tide Pod if I've ever heard one.
Oh, yeah.
In lyric form.
Because they'll wake you up, man.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hey. Rage and Madness, caused probably by the Tide Pod.
Yeah, dude.
It did switch up the pace and the energy, which I appreciated. It did kind of draw me back in a little bit more.
Okay.
This one was the first one that I felt had a good, like the mix helped the flow of the song, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which in the first 3 it didn't. Overall, no, I'll save that till the end. I'll save it till the end.
Okay.
Fading Rose. We're back to the first 3. Formulaic, pretty predictable. Felt it was, to me, it sounded memorized, not expressed. Is that I don't know. I can't come up with it.
Good, dude.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah.
It didn't stand out much. Other than being the track after Rage and Madness that took us back to the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
Light Up the Sky. They say you can't have too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
This is starting to be too much of an all right thing for me.
Oh, okay.
Instrumentation was good, solid. It's more at this point the vocals. There's not a big range on her vocals that I picked up on, so it's really the instruments kind of pulling the weight to keep me interested at this point.
Okay.
There's just not a lot of dynamics,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Come
Horizon.
on, man, get real, bro.
No, so Horizon, good dynamic shifts. Finally, number 7, we finally got there. We got something. Again, I mean, a guitar solo in each song so far, which, that's gonna get you half a point for me if it goes the whole album.
Even these solos.
The effort sometimes is what counts.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
I
agree, dude.
In the whole album, I would say there's more guitar solos that I liked than guitar solos that I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
There weren't a whole lot of them that got me like super pumped, but I think way more of the guitar solos added to the songs and to the album than took away solos that took away.
I agree.
Stop me if you want to interject more, otherwise I'm just going to keep going. Horizon, I already said that. Set Me on Fire, was that a key change mid guitar solo? And then
dude, I heard back? And then a few of them was like, did you hear the key change like in the intro riff, and then they would just key change it, move up
yeah,
and then it was just like that key change,
right?
Right. Like a gospel song, bro.
Yeah.
Eddie James.
But anyways, this is what really stood out to me on this song. But the song had good energy, but all I took away from it besides that was the random key change in the middle of the song, middle of the guitar solo.
I noticed it too.
And then right back.
Yeah.
Which is, feels in the album like this, it feels like they're like, it'd be cool if we tried changing the key and then bringing it right back.
Yeah,
so the rest of the song doesn't have to change key, but just in this solo.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It wasn't executed in a way that got me excited about it.
It was just a key change. Like,
yeah.
That's kind of all it was. They didn't really do anything with it. They didn't explore the range or anything. They just like, boom, we're back.
Right.
Psych.
Exactly. Exactly. Crushing for more. At this point, I really did notice I don't want to say language barrier, but not you can tell that they're not that English wasn't their first language.
Okay.
Which is all, it's brave, and that's cool. I'm never going to talk crap about that. But the lyrics up to this point even haven't really engaged me much.
No.
But the title, I'm like, I don't know what crushing for more means. Yeah, especially in the context of the song. But more of that triumphant soaring chorus.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like, in sort of like I don't know if you want to call it the breakdown of this song, they were going to break out of that formula. They started to.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, that's enough. And then brought it back in.
Oh, yeah.
Lastly, Enchanted Island. This one was the only other one that I felt kind of broke the mold besides Horizon number 7 was this one. More triumphant soaring choruses. This one I think had a good guitar solo. They closed the album with like I don't know if you want to call it like an unrefined outro or whatever, similar to like a punk song or a punk album in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like ended like, kind of tongue in cheek almost. Yeah. Abruptly and not in sync with each other.
Yeah.
Not like in a bad way, but just intentionally. Yeah. Do you have anything to say about any of those before I recap?
No.
No. Okay. Overall, I think if you listen to number 7 Horizons, number 10 Enchanted Island, and literally one of any of the other songs.
Yeah.
If you listen to 3, you got the whole album. You got the gist of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Especially if it set me on fire with that key change guitar solo. If those are your 3 songs, you've
heard it all.
You've heard the whole album. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean to these guys because they're not bad. It wasn't hard to listen to. It was 35 minutes. So,
yeah.
If it was a bad album, it didn't take up that much of my time, but it wasn't awful, but
it's okay not to be into it, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think it's fair to say I didn't love it. Overall, this band, it surprised me that they're 2 EPs and 3 albums into their career at this point. They started in 2016. I mean, it feels like their sound hasn't been developed. Like they haven't hit that point of where they've really found their sound.
Yeah.
Not to pick on her, because it's a male dominated music scene.
Yeah.
So she's, good on her for getting in there and having some success. They have like 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
That's awesome.
And then probably more on iTunes and whatever else.
Jeez.
So great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be one of them, but for everything from their promo photography to their music videos to even some of their mix seemed very DIY to me. I respect that. That's what this podcast is. We do it ourselves. And that's awesome. Some people really seek out that sound. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything really negative to say about them as a band, and not really anything negative to say about the album, except to say that it didn't intrigue me.
Yeah. It's interesting you say DIY because DIY. Because
DIY.
DIY, if that, because I heard a little bit of that punk rock influence in there.
Mhm.
I don't know, but it's like more of a pop
Like
side
a pop
of punk.
punk.
Yeah. But if it's DIY and it's that, like usually when things are that way, it's because they're really pushing new ground, you know, they're
Right.
just a new sound. It's something that hasn't been really I didn't get that vibe
Right.
from this. It's
Okay.
just like you said, it's predictable, it's formulaic. And that's pretty much it, right?
Okay,
Like
yeah.
I don't know. You said that and I was like usually those two things go well. It's the doing it yourself without
Yeah.
anybody else's help and the um I don't know, dude. Like like discovering new ground or a new sound or
Yeah.
just very experimental.
Yeah.
Being more
Yeah.
experimental. These guys they weren't that.
Right.
I don't know why that reminded me of because if I did get a punk rock vibe from their sound.
Mhm.
And then you said that it seemed very DIY and I just, thought about that just now. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. No, very cool. Mike just texted me. He said he gives him a 6.
Dang.
Yeah, I think one of two things with these guys. Either they're much better live, it's much more engaging and exciting live. Not better skill wise, but it's they draw you in a little more with their live show.
Yeah.
And I hope that's it, because I think the other side of it, the other possibility is that the metal scene is so rich over there. They're so rich in the terms of like friendly, and everyone's open to the music and they just love hearing the music. Doesn't really matter, what you're doing. Because there's styles like that here. I don't. Metal's not one of those. The metal scene's a little dry here, but so it could be that, and people are just excited to have a woman in the metal scene. I hope. Again, I'm not saying that's what it is. This is just, it could be. So they're growing faster than maybe their creativity has been trained to sustain.
Yeah.
So I hope it doesn't make them grow too big and then collapse. I'm hoping it just pushes them to continue to build their sound, to find their sound and then build on it. I'd love to see her play with her vocal range. And I mean, part of me, I almost didn't say it because I'm like, would I say that about a guy? Like, yeah, absolutely. If he just stayed in the same like range, like the same small range the whole album, which we've had those, and they generally score low with me.
Yeah.
So especially with power metal and this, I mean, you at least get up into the higher register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, power metal, it's a whole different level of singing and screaming, and everything is just so much elevated, so much more elevated,
Yeah.
And these guys didn't really do it for me. Like, oh gosh, the band that we reviewed last time, Dynasty was freaking incredible, dude. Like all the range in the world in every instrument, it was crazy. But these guys are more on the bland side, and hopefully, like you said, they will refine their sound and get better because they are a newer band.
Right.
Also, to the point that you were talking about, they are gaining a lot of popularity. I think that the masses really enjoy predictability. I think that really helps their sound, or at least them. They're easy to listen to,
Yeah, right.
So that's a point for you. I think us in our ear, because we are musicians, like we're looking for something more, maybe.
True. Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So Mike gave it a 6. I gave it a 5, and then there's a solo in every song. I didn't love all of them, but it gave him a half point boost for me. So 5.5 is what I give him. And I know you don't deal in half points.
No,
so
I'll give him a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I didn't hate them. They're not a bad band. It's just not me,
Right.
So 4.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, since 2016, they've had 2 EPs and then 3 EPs. There are 3 LPs.
It seems like a lot.
Yeah. So it might just come down to them kind of being a little more discerning when it comes to a little more, what's the word? Just a little more picky, maybe, when it comes to what they're going to put on an album. Because I know for us, when we wrote our first few songs, we're like, oh, these are great. We've already built our first EP.
Yeah.
And then we played them for a couple months and we're like, well, maybe it's okay to let this one go. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe this one, we can just give it the old Viking funeral, set it on fire and let it ride.
Yeah, dude.
Selfless Ambition was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I think that was the best recording we have is that. But yeah, so surprisingly, Mike gave it the highest rating of the three of us. That doesn't usually happen, but that's cool.
You know, he's just more of a smooth brain, not like our friend here.
That's right.
Wrinkly.
Look at you, Rob. You know, wrinkle brain.
Heck yeah, dude. Look at all them wrinkles.
Giant.
Dark crevices, dude.
Hey, Rob, what do you give him? All right. Be coy.
I get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, this has been the Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. If you like what you heard, if you're listening on audio, we'd appreciate if you would rate and review on whatever platform you are listening to this on. If you're watching on YouTube, we'd love it if you would like, comment, subscribe. Whatever platform you're taking this in on, please follow or subscribe. We really appreciate it, and it's free to you. We drop one of these episodes once every 2 weeks, so we're not even going to be bothering you that much. And yeah, if you're on, well, wherever you are, you can contact us, but it's easier on YouTube. Drop in the comments if there's a band you'd like us to cover, a newer album. We try not to go older than 2 years. And you guys have had plenty of suggestions. We haven't got through them yet. But that's okay. It's always good to have a good little library of suggestions built up.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I don't remember your username. The person who suggested this, I believe, you asked for us to just mention your first name. And looking at it, I want to say it was Tina. I know that sounds like I'm saying it just off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I can't seem to find the comment very fast right now, but let's see here.
Good job, Tina.
Yes, Tina. See, and I almost said the last name there, but I don't want to.
All right,
because
Tina.
I was asked not to.
Whose last name will not be mentioned.
Absolutely.
Okay. Tina, what do you think? Did you like it? What do you give it?
Yeah. Comment down below. Well, I don't know if they're wanting to stay half anonymous by not.
Oh, did they message you privately?
No. I'm just saying if they don't want the second name, the last name, the rest of their name mentioned on here.
Come on, Tina. Don't be that way.
But you can comment below and tell us what you give this album.
Yeah, Tina.
Yeah. With that, let's get on out of here. If you don't know, we have another podcast that we do called the No Reason Podcast. It is comedy, banter, talk. We have hot topics, hot beards, hot dudes.
Ooh.
So if you're on YouTube, it's on the same channel, the Giant Fox Productions channel.
Yeah.
And if you're on, but we're on all the audio platforms too, basically all the big ones. Spotify, iTunes, or not, oh, it's Apple Podcasts, I mean. Plenty of others. Google. All the good ones. Deezer.
Oh.
But yeah, we're going to get out of here. You have a good one.
Hey, man. It's stuck on them Tide Pods, all right? Bye.